Past simple. Hello. In this video, we're going to show you how to use the past simple tense, one of the most common verb tenses in English. Let's start. Remember that in each verb tense, we must know three things. 1. When we use this verb tense. We use past simple to say finished actions that happened in the past. For example, I went to the cinema yesterday. The action of going to the cinema finished yesterday. Look at this other example. She broke her leg last week. The action of breaking her leg finished in the past. 2. Now let's see how we create a sentence in the past simple. The past simple follows the same structure as the present simple. There are three groups. 1. If we want to use the verb to be, then we say, I was, you were, he was, she was, it was, we were, they were. And in negative, I wasn't, you weren't, he wasn't, she wasn't, it wasn't, they weren't, we weren't. And in questions, was I, were you, was he, was she, was it, were they, were we? Remember that when we use the verb to be, we always use the verb to be to do the negative sentences. In questions, we just put the verb to be at the beginning of the sentence. 2. If we want to use the verb have got, then in past we say, I had got for all the subjects. In negative, and for questions. 3. In the third group, there are all the verbs that are not the verb to be or have got. Please remember these three different groups because it is very important when you do negative or interrogative sentences. Let's see how we create sentences in past simple with verbs that are not the verb to be or to got. Let's start with the positive sentences. In English, there are two types of verbs, regular verbs and irregular verbs. Please check the list of irregular verbs. To say a positive sentence in past simple, you have to know first if the verb you want is regular or irregular. Let's use two verbs for our examples. An irregular verb, go. A regular verb, play. To create a sentence in the past simple with an irregular verb, we have to memorize the second column of the list of irregular verbs. In our case, the second column of the verb go is went. So we say, I went to the cinema yesterday. To create a sentence in past simple with a regular verb is easy. We just have to add ed at the end of the verb. In our example, he played in the park last Monday. In past simple, he, she, and it are treated as any other subject. Look at our examples in different subjects. I went to the cinema. You went to the cinema. He went to the cinema. She went to the cinema. We went to the cinema. You went to the cinema. They went to the cinema. As you can see, the verb doesn't change depending on the subject. They are all the same. Now let's look at the negative sentences. To create a negative sentence, we need an auxiliary that in the past simple is the word didn't for all subjects. Look at the examples. I didn't play. You didn't play. I didn't go. You didn't go. The auxiliary didn't goes before the verb, and it is the same for all subjects. Notice that when we do a negative sentence, we use the auxiliary didn't before the verb for all subjects, and then we put the verb in present tense. We don't say, I didn't went. We say, I didn't go. So to create a negative sentence, we don't mind if the verb is regular or irregular, as we just add the auxiliary didn't before the verb in present tense. Now take a look at the questions. To create a question, remember always the WASV lesson. In a past simple question, the A, or auxiliary, is the word did. Look at the examples. What did you play yesterday? What is the W, or interrogative pronoun? Did is the A, or auxiliary. You is the S, or subject. And play is the V, or verb. More examples. Where did you go yesterday? Did you work last night? When did you see my mom? Watch the WASV lesson for more information on how to create questions. 3. Which are the typical words from this verb tense? As we use the past simple to tell actions that finished in the past, the typical words for the past simple are words that refer to the past days, like yesterday, last night, 2 days ago, or any other words with last week, last Saturday, last month, last year, or any other words with ago, 2 days ago, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago.